Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Envy and today we're watching episode 1 of Kaiju number 8. I hope you guys are doing as well as you can be, taking care of yourselves as much as you can. And I know Kaiju number 8 was actually tied with Dungeon Meshi, so I did a coin flip, right? Kaiju number 8 won. So we're gonna go ahead with this. Maybe eventually we can get to Dungeon Meshi because I would like to watch that. I've heard really good things. And it's about food, right? I think it's about food. So, of course, I would love to watch it. But for now, we're going to go ahead with Kaiju number 8. I don't think I know what it's about. I've heard good things. I know people really like it. I think Godzilla is involved somehow. I don't know how. I think, right? I don't know why. Like, somewhere I've always associated this show with Godzilla. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. So, yeah, no recap. So, not much yapping to do. I am excited. I have heard. No, wait. What? I have heard. I think one of the opening songs, which is Abyss. I really, really, really like that song. So yeah. So that's two things that I'm familiar with when it comes to Kaiju number 8. Anyway, I think season 2 especially was quite popular this year. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but I think it was very well received. So hopefully we'll get to that. I don't know how many episodes there are in season 1. I'll have to check. But yes. Okay. Without further ado, let's get on with the episode. Cops? Oh, there's patrolling, I think. Scouting, patrolling. That's Godzilla! Maybe not. I mean, I think. Wait. Is Godzilla Kaiju? No, that's Gojira. Or is it like a Kaiju? Because Kaiju is a word that's somehow familiar to me, but I can't remember what it means. 60 meters. Oh, so this is like the anti-monster squad. I have guns. Oh my god, it looks like Groudon. Was it Groudon? Groudon. I can't remember. Is that effective at all? Special Kaiju alert. 3rd division. Oh. Oh, okay, that is effective. Or they may be targeting the weak points or vulnerable points. It's almost like Attack on Titan, but like modern version. Oh. Oh. Okay, that... Oh, I don't know why I feel a little bad. It's the eye. I think when like there's even like one emotion. Kaiju number 8. So Kaiju number 8. That's a good looking burger. Oh. Yeah. Overtime. Is this our protagonist? I don't know if that's our protagonist but like I feel like it's someone who looks similar. So that's definitely an important character unless she dies. Captain Ashiro. I guess he's part of the cleanup crew? Oh. Is there gonna be some sort of bonding in the future? I don't want to I don't want to jump to romance. Maybe friendship? Oh. Yeah, cleanup crew. Really? Oh, I wonder if people eat this. Can they eat this or is it maybe like poisonous? Against the Kaiju. The Kaiju are the monsters. They want a sample. Yeah, of course. So I guess they don't eat it. Oh. Heat chainsaw. Haha, someone called Denji. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, no eating that. No eating that. Oh shit. What? This is a dangerous job. So I guess they don't have anything that can withstand the blood in a week? Holy crap. How often? Oh, his name is Kafka? I wonder how often they get these monster attacks. Oh. So they're stepping in blood. Is the blood only dangerous like when it's fresh or like when it's just out of the body? I wonder if he's gonna be forced to fight one. Ooh. Several hundred? Bro, how often does this happen? Childhood friends? Childhood friends? Was that also his dream at one point? Well, they are both in the field, just in different ways. I need to fix my posture. Yeah, how? Okay, okay. Ooh, his hair is a different color. Aiming to join the defense force. Why did you give up? I would like to know too. Reach the limit. I won't give up. Did he lose anyone important to the Kaiju? So you can start with the cleanup crew and then move on to the defense force. Well, at least he's not throwing a pity party about it. Or not too much of a pity party. Honestly, I don't think giving up is that bad, you know. What if he went and became fodder? Oof. He reminds me of Naruto, like when he was younger. I hope they get paid extra for it. So I feel like he's gonna end up joining force. But how? Oh, stop. I don't want to think about it. Ooh. I somehow like that we're seeing this side of the things first, right? The POV of the cleanup crew. The underappreciated. Aww, he's polite. He's not gonna die, right? Oh, one last try. Oh. Is he gonna try? Maybe they can train together. So he cares. Thank you. What did he did have a bit of an attitude at first. I was joking about him dying. I was joking. Okay. Well, that was a very, very, very quick reaction. Why did he fail? What are they gonna do? A Yoju. Not a Kaiju, a Yoju. Okay. That's like twice he saved his life now. Oh. Okay, stop talking and go. He probably thinks he's gonna die. I mean, normally he would, but like, how is he getting out of this? This has to be our protagonist. I've been really liking the music. Ew, that's so gross. The fact that he didn't die immediately is huge. Maybe someone will notice this and he'll get invited. Quick reflexes, quick thinking. It will. It's gonna appear from the front. Stop. Okay, maybe not. I was wrong. Ouch. Oh, he escaped. Okay. So that thing was dumb, huh? Their hometown. What about their families? Now he even sounds like Naruto. Is this like if Sasuke was a girl? I wonder if they're in touch or not. Is he gonna fight? Oh no, oh no, oh no. So this is where she's gonna come in? Yes? No? Yes? No? What? Oh, no one? Oh. Stop. Fight. Whoa. Oh my god, he came back. Go. How bad is it? Pretty bad, since if he can't get up. Anti-Kaiju Defense Force. My game console or my friend's cat. Is that a tiger? Did I just see a tiger? It is a tiger. Okay, so she has a tiger. Is his knee gonna be okay though? Since he has to join the force. I'm guessing since he will join the force, it'll be fine. Oh. That looks like a broken leg. You were really cool. Yeah, it's true. First compliment. The tsundere is strong in this one. No, I'm not. He still wants to be a part of the defense force. Hello? What? What? Bro, remove the curtain. Bro. Okay. What? The man who became... That's one way to push past your limits. I've heard the song. What's gonna happen to him? Surely there are other people like him, right? Oh, she remembers him. Now that's a nice apartment. Oh, damn. Oh, no. It's not fine. That's your childhood friend. Okay. So, now, the title of the episode being The Man Who Became a Kaiju makes a lot more sense. I was not expecting that at all. But we'll get to that, right? So, we are introduced to our protagonist, Kafka, right? Who is part of the cleanup crew. In a world where kaiju attacks are quite common, right? Kaiju, I don't know the exact meaning, but I'm assuming it means monsters. At first, I thought it was just Godzilla's, but it's all different types of monsters. And So we have the anti kaiju defense force, right, which takes down the kaiju, and we have the cleanup crew that Kafka is part of that take care of the aftermath, right? A gross and thankless job, but yeah, I wonder, kaiju is going to be very interesting because there was a moment where with the kaiju's eye, but maybe I'm reading too much into it, right? Sort of like what's that word? Like when you're projecting human emotions onto something, right? Right? But I wonder if kaiju, like, they have emotions or any, or they just have instincts, right, to feed or something. Is there someone controlling them? Because we'll get to that. That is a question I had. So anyway, we're introduced to the anti kaiju defense force, which is we're introduced to the third division, right? That is because the city that's attacked, Yokohama, is part of their jurisdiction. So we're introduced to Captain Ashiro, right? She's a young captain who's got a lot of kaiju kills under her belt, and so they arrive to take down. They arrive to take down the kaiju, and they do it very, very easily, or they make it look very easy. I'm sure it wasn't. And honestly, I want to say that the music was great throughout, right? In all the scenes, especially like the action scenes, I really, really enjoyed the music. And so we see Kafka, right? He once wanted to be a part of the defense force, and he did try, but apparently he failed. He described it as sort of hitting his ceiling for growth, right? He couldn't push past his limits, and he just could not overcome them, and which is fair, completely fair. And they rejected him. Okay, so yeah, I did really like the cleanup crew POV, and I like that this is where we started. Right, these workers are usually very, very unappreciated, especially like obviously in real life, but also in anime. Right, we don't often see their POV. Right, who takes care of the monster corpses? So yes, we also find out that the blood of the kaiju is toxic. Now we did see like puddles of it, and we saw them stepping in them. So I'm assuming like it's toxic as soon as like you cut into the body, but not when it's like already like, in the air on the ground. Or maybe it's not that deep. I don't know. But anyway, we find out that Captain Ashiro and Kafka were actually childhood friends. I was wondering, there was a moment where they sort of, sort of parallel each other or they cross each other, and I was like, am I sensing something in the air? But apparently they do know each other. They were childhood friends. They both vowed to join the defense force. One of them did, and she's thriving. So yeah, we are introduced to another, I guess, major character, right? We've got three for now. Kafka, Captain Ashiro, and Ichikawa, right? New guy on the cleanup team. And he wants to eventually join the defense force. I guess this is like where you sort of start, right? So, he's introduced to them. Their team tells him how Kafka wanted to join the defense force at one point, but gave up. They were quite mean about it. But yeah, there was a whole moment there where Ichikawa was like, I'm never gonna get up, but I'm never gonna give up. Get up. I'm never gonna give up. I can barely speak. Okay, it's like 7:30 a.m. But okay, so I kind of expected, like with Kafka's backstory, I kind of expected him to be kind of miserable, which he probably is, but kind of mildly depressing. I just didn't expect him to be like happy, but I like that, there's a hint of comedy there, right? He reminded me of like Naruto that way, a younger Naruto whose life sucked, but he wasn't written to be completely, like a negative character. There's positivity there, right? Obviously, I guess they don't want. Yeah, so he's sort of comical and he's kind. He's a kind person, which we saw when he was kind to Ichikawa, and then later on he saved Ichikawa's life twice after they were attacked by a yojo, right? Which I guess is a different type of monster. It looked smaller, also gross. And yeah, we see that Kafka actually has quick reflexes, and he's a quick thinker as well, right? He managed to survive, although he did get injured, but he managed to survive. And Ishikawa did save him, but he lasted longer than I would have expected. So there's that. And again, Captain Ashiro, her team, and her tiger. step in, right? They arrive, they take care of the Yoju, and they leave. I wonder if the tiger is like a tiger or it's also a type of kaiju. I mean, it looks completely like a tiger, but yeah, very, very domesticated, very well trained, I guess. So yeah, then yeah, I guess we weren't the only ones impressed with Kafka's performance because Ichikawa also tells him that the age limit has been extended to 32, which I wonder how old. So if Captain Arsho is 27, and I think Kafka was like a year or two older than her. So he's probably like 28, 29, 30, right? So he can try again. It's a nice moment. Ishikawa also clearly he tells sort of, kind of motivates him not to give up and try again. Anyway, they're in the hospital after that. So we see flashbacks and it's interesting, right? We see Captain Ashiro and Kafka, right, after the childhood town or their hometown was attacked, right? But it's interesting that, she's like, she's sad about losing her cat. He's sad about losing his video game console. So I wonder if they had families or not. Like if they didn't have families in the first place and those were the only precious things to them, or if their families were fine, they survived. So I'm curious. Anyway, they both vowed to join the defense force. They want to take down Kaiju. And right, there's a wholesome moment between Ishikawa and Kafka where Ishikawa thanks him for saving his life, tells him I wouldn't have survived if you weren't there and everything. It's a really nice, wholesome bonding moment, which is something we needed because in the next moment, there is a wasp like kaiju almost, right? It's a tiny flying thing, like about the size of Kafka's head. It arrives out of nowhere and it talks. It says, found you, right? And then Kafka eats it, or it's more like it dives into his mouth, right? And he transforms into a kaiju. But interestingly, he seems to retain his sanity. Like he doesn't lose his mind or anything. He's still himself. It's just he looks like a kaiju. Obviously, he freaks out. Ichikawa freaks out after he finally removes the curtain. And it's still kind of funny. Oh my god, I don't know how they did that, but it was still kind of funny. But sadly, an old man walks by and reports it. So Captain Ashiro is called and her tiger, right? So it's interesting because there's a moment where she's thinking about him and how he promised to also join the defense force, and she's like liar, obviously because he gave up. So she clearly remembers him. So there's that factor. But it's also I really like that Ishikawa was like, let's make a run for it, right? He's like, okay, he turned into a kaiju, but he's not immediately like trying to attack him. He's like, okay, let's get out of here because clearly he's still himself, right? I really like that. He's clearly a loyal friend already. But now, why I was wondering about kaiju and them having emotions or whether there's someone controlling them is because this wasp like kaiju, right, at the end spoke. I don't know if the kaiju was the one speaking or there was someone else speaking through him or through it, but it said, I found you, right? So why was it specifically looking for Kafka? Is it because someone else also noticed Kafka's quick reflexes and thinking, right? They were, it's so funny. I was like, okay, so Kafka got rejected before because he couldn't push past his limits, right? He hit his ceiling. How is he going to train to push past them this time? I guess we have an answer. We're going to have our maybe first ever kaiju on the anti-kaiju defense force. I don't know. Could he really be the first? I would really like it if they're rare, but there's more people like him. But it's very curious. Why was someone looking for him specifically? Right? And is it someone or is it just like kaiju or is it like a case of like Mewtwo? Like a kaiju that's, that like has, what's the word for it? Is like Mewtwo, right? It has like human-like intelligence. So that's that. It's gonna be interesting. I really was not expecting that at all. Like I thought, I've expected him to join the defense force, but this somehow I don't understand how I didn't know about this at all. That this is something that's going to come into play. That he's going to become a kaiju. I had no idea. And I'm really really glad I had no idea because that was a great shock. But obviously, there's going to be some trouble. It does kind of remind me of Attack on Titan a little bit, right? Where like how Eren became a Titan. So it's interesting. If like it reminded me of different things in between, like not in a bad way, in a good way. Obviously, all good, interesting things. So why not, right? Because these two like Kafka and Captain Ashiro were giving like Naruto and Sasuke only if Sasuke was a girl, right? So I wonder if there's going to be romance there. But yeah, this was it's like him becoming a Titan, and we remember how for those who've seen Attack on Titan, we remember what happened with Eren, right? There was so much trouble. So obviously, people are not going to take very kindly to not to keep harping on about other anime. I'm going to try not to do that too much. But it's like, am I majorly reminded of something? So I can't help but say it out loud. But yeah, anyway, obviously Kafka is going to have a hard time convincing them that he's not about to start attacking or eating people. I don't know if they eat people or if they just like go around like eat damaging and killing people. I don't know. They have to eat something, right? But I don't know how that works. So we'll see. Maybe he's gonna convince Captain Ashiro, right? And Ichikawa, obviously, hopefully, is also gonna, defend him. Like he saved my life. It's him, and someone I guess will be intrigued or will be eager to add a kaiju to their defense force, especially if he's like really strong, right? So yeah, honestly, very exciting first episode. I'm just really glad I'm really glad I went on blind. It was a very, very, very pleasant surprise, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the music. It's been a while since I watched a show like this, so I'm glad. I'm glad. So can't wait to watch more. We do have a third show. That's a bit of a surprise, right? Because I was a bit conflicted at whether or not I want to do that. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just, you see the video when it's posted. But I just find it a little funny and it's going to be interesting to do. So, yeah. So, we're still going to go, we're going to keep going with 3 shows per week, right? So, I'm going to see you in the next one, which is going to be our usual schedule, right? And we're going to do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, right? So, I hope you guys are excited for the new shows. I am. And until then, have a lovely rest of your week. Take care of yourselves as much as you can, you guys. And thank you so, so much for watching.